Hello, and welcome to Arcade Classics on the C64, and this was released by Firebird in 1987, or Firebird's budget label. And I remember seeing the Zap review of this, and I thought that looks quite good, so I'll pick that up, and managed to get my hands on a copy, and I got it home, and I was blown away by this incredible music by Rob Hubbard, one of his greatest, surely. And I think it's the first time I ever heard sampled instruments on a piece of music on the C64. I think I might have even, it might have been even before I played Arkanoid. So yeah, this is probably the first game I ever heard that had sampled music, sampled sound, sampled instruments. So it has sampled guitar and keyboard. And if you've never heard it before, download the SID file or the game, or look on YouTube for videos of it. But definitely give it a listen. It's an incredible piece of music for 1987, I think. Anyway, so the idea is that you've in the arcades, and you can pick any of these 4 games to play, these classic games. And you can see that they don't actually have the official names, obviously for copyright reasons. So Space Invaders is kind of you can't really read it properly. Asteroids is missing a letter. Snakes and Space Wars. It's and when you go and just move the box over and press fire, and you can see it's called Invaders. It's not called Space Invaders. But let's get started. So yeah, I mean, each of the games, they're not 100% arcade accurate, even though by this point the games are pretty old. By 1987 the games had been around for quite some time. But they're, I would say, they were serviceable clones of the arcade games, but not actually as good as the arcade games. So yeah, it's Space Invaders. I mean, what more can I say? Graphically, it's pretty simple, really. And the sound effects are nowhere near as good as the arcade game, but the gameplay is alright. And once you're fed up with the game, all you do is press restore. It takes you back to this screen, and then you just pick the next game. Onto Asteroids. And there's not actually many decent Asteroids games on the C64, so I mean, this is probably one of the better ones, to be honest. The only thing I don't like is I think the craft seems to loses momentum, which I don't think is right. It's been a while since I played the arcade version, but I'm sure that can't be right. I'm sure somebody will tell me if I'm wrong. And I don't like the way the rate of fire, it just wangs out 2 rounds right away, and then there's quite a long reload time. Yeah, I'm not too keen on that. And actually, it gets pretty fast. The small asteroids are really fast. You can press space to hyperspace if you sort of get out of jail free card if you're about to get destroyed. Although it does randomly place you, so you might end up getting destroyed anyway. But yeah, I think it's one of the better Asteroids games, really. There's not many decent ones, like I say, on the C64. You could play Blasteroids, but I think that's a little bit rough myself. And as Ubik has the high score, I guess he is the programmer of this compilation of games. He did Ubik's music, or is it Ubik? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, so it's a reasonable Asteroids game, but Like I say, it's nothing so spectacular, but I think this is probably the best game on the compilation. Certainly the best single player game. It's much better than Space Invaders. I mean, graphically it's fine, it's representative of the sort of vector graphics style of the coin-op, although clearly they're not actually vector graphics. I think he's using, must be using bitmap mode or something. Can't be doing it in sprites, there's too many objects, surely. Maybe he is, maybe he's just having it flicker when there's so many. Yeah, maybe it is sprites. Not sure. But I think it's quite well done. Yeah, definitely my favourite of the four. Yeah, there's a bit of flicker. I guess maybe it's just using a sprite multiplexer and just not caring if it flickers. Yeah, looks like it. Right, on to Snakes. Now, the last two games are 2-player only, so that kind of lets it down a little bit. Especially Snakes, there's not much you can do really, apart from just get a headache from looking at the annoying scrolling screen. I mean, it's really, I guess he's going for a sort of psychedelic look with the bright colours, but the scrolling background is really annoying. Absolutely does my head in. But yeah, it's Snakes, it's reasonably well done. Unfortunately, it's just there's no one-player mode. It does have the music playing in the background in this one though, which is a bonus for sure. And finally, on to Space Wars. Again, this is only 2-player, but what you can do is if you turn the gravity strength to large and reverse gravity, wrap around the board doesn't matter I suppose, then what you can do is those are the keys for the second player. So if you hold down, what I used to do was just hold down the shift key, and that would the other player would at least fire, causing a bit of a challenge, especially when you combine it with the gravity. So there's a bit of gameplay you can give it. In fact, yeah, I used to put the shift lock key down, that's what I used to do, because it was a hard key in the C64, and that would just enable it firing all the time. And it would maybe create a bit of a challenge. Other than that, there's not much you can do. It's Space Wars. Again, the music plays, which is a bonus. It's just a shame, but shame there's no one-player mode. And there you go, that's Arcade Classics, so all fairly so-so sort of workmanlike versions of the classic games. But for a budget game, you know, paying £2.99, or was it £1.99? I can't remember. But paying £2 or £3, you get 4 okay versions of some coin-op classics, and you get a incredible piece of music thrown in for good measure. I thought it was a pretty decent buy back in the day. I used to load it up quite a bit, mostly just to hear the music, but I did play the games as well. So I'll give Arcade Classics, I'll give it 7 out of 10. I think it's a pretty decent budget compilation of classic arcade games. Does what it, does what it says on the tin, Arcade Classics. So 7 out of 10, and see you in the next video.